Welcome YouTube, this is Liverpool TCG. Today we've got a sort of joint deck profile between Fortune over here.
Hello.
And me, Akimo, yeah, the bad Riviere player. Anyway, first off I want to apologize for that last video and stuff like that. I did do a lot of misplays and stuff, but it was a really stressful day for me, so...
It was like your first day of Riviere, it's fine.
Yeah, as well. I didn't have time to playtest it too much with proxies and stuff, because I was too focused on Melody. But anyway, we've got lots of practice done, and the deck's working fine, except when you don't draw 5 triggers as your opening hand. But, yeah, so... Sure, I guess we'll...
So do you just want to go over the key cards of both decks?
Yeah, sure.
So
first we'll showcase Fortune's deck, because most people have been showcasing that more.
So, basically, it's a joint Zanbaku Hyuga deck. Works well on paper, but not in practice. You do need to draw a lot of your pieces, and so I think pure Hyuga is a bit safer, a bit better. But Zanbaku was basically put in the deck simply to counter Riviere. So you just have to live their first grade 3 turn, and then you stun them, catch up basically. That's pretty much it. So that's the idea of the deck, and then you ride into Hyuga next to spin back their board, neg them a bit, or you go into Shuriki and go for final push. Yeah, so key cards apart from Zanbaku and Hyuga, apart from the grade 3s, you need both Arrestas. Only 3 of right, because you don't want him in your hand, you only want to call him from deck. 1 central, just in case you already have both. And then yeah, just the generic Murukumo stuff. I'm not playing Millionaire just because Counterblast is already tight, so there's not really a point to it. I'd rather either filter or get cards back. Yeah, that's basically my deck.
Alright, so basically let's go off to what Riviere, why I play the Riviere, like how she is and stuff like that. So first off, we've got the...
No!
So basically we've got, the generic 8 Marriage and 8 Riviere and stuff like that. There's really no explanation for this. You want more Riviere because of restarting, it's cool. For Super Idol, pretty much every Riviere piece we run 4 of. That's just very much important. Karo we run 4 of because we want to see her as early as possible or something. And if you have to ride it, it doesn't really matter too much and stuff like that because you've got Sia, which is also why you run it. But you don't want to just run her because you want to see Riviere, but you also want to sort of call it out, even when there's no Rivieres left in deck, just so you can Soul Blast 2 and pretty much just put all your Rivieres into the drop zone and make it much easier to get them into your hand through Marriage. The reason why I run this a lot is because I like Advantage just a tiny bit more than sort of like the whole entire massive draw kind of engine thing, but more than the plus 10k girl and stuff like that. She's cool and all, but I'd rather have there's a lot on because once you call it down, your opponent's just gonna target her and stuff like that, and it's really hard. She really doesn't do anything to improve the game state per se. Also because I'm running this a lot with Super Idol and Mehmet Idol, turns the deck into an incredible rush deck that just either pushes them into high damage, so that when you Riviere them, they'll be at high damage anyway, and they'll have to take a run. And yeah, so that's pretty much basically making the deck a rush deck using the least amount of resources possible. Because Super Idol, Mermaid Idol, and there's a lot all combined for that kind of stuff. We run only 3 of the counter charger. We run 3 of the counter charger, which is actually quite a lot because we want to actually be counter charging and drawing into stuff like that. Most of the time, your opponent's going to be damage denying you for Riviere. So they'll leave you at 1 damage. Or 2 damage and stuff like that. And Riviere's skill already costs 1 counterblast. The counter charger is there so you can counter charge and then counterblast, so you can get more draws out of it. We only run 1 Steza for this reason as well, because Steza uses counterblast and the deck has just a lot of counterblast uses and stuff. So it's really Steza's not really too good either, because really you don't want the Rivieres in the deck. You want them actually in the drop zone so you can add them back to your hand. For the trigger lineup, go 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. That's just pretty standard, stuff like that. Pretty standard. Basically, yeah, it's just you want to see the crits. I'm thinking of actually bumping down the draws to 2, and then running extra 2 crit, and then bumping one of these grade 1s down, maybe Steza, and maybe a Aurora for 2 nulls. Mainly because I want to see the crit on the Super Idol immediately, and just so that the pressure can really build. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my kind of deck profile.
So one other thing is, this was the list I used in the video. I don't know if you've changed yours.
I've changed mine a lot since the video, so.
I would change a few things in this, because this deck is very simple. There's a game plan and you stick to it. But there are ways to change what you do. Like my triggers, I do not rate. You need to draw into your pieces, so more draws is always good. But this is way too many crits. I originally went in because back when Zanbaku was first meta, you didn't have to worry about numbers too much because you didn't have this and you didn't have Excel 2, you'd only have Excel 1. So, you know, Fushimi would hit for 24, stuff like that is really easy. But now, you need fronts just for the power. Crits are less important because you're nagging them enough anyway. And yeah, you need the draws to hit your pieces. Apart from that, it's a very simple deck. Like you can go down to 3 Zanbaku for Shirayuki, which is actually the listed top in Japan. That was what they ran. But yeah, apart from that, there's not much you can change if you want to keep this hybrid. The real change I would make is go back to pure Hyuga.
Yeah, for
Anything
my deck,
change?
for my deck, it's really hard to determine what you want to change in this deck because pure Riviere is pretty. So as far as deck lists go, it's pretty it's very much the same as how everybody else runs it. It's pretty much cookie cutter. However, I know that if I were to change anything, I'd either run a bit less of Aurora. Seeing her multiple times today, multiple hands, is just not as good as possible. Didn't really help me very much today. But that's mainly because I lost my first game because I had to G-assist and missed it grade 1. So hey, it's standard. But there's really not much you would actually have to change in this deck, I believe. It's very, very simple.
Last thing I can think of, just the matchup between the two decks. Do you want to go over thoughts on it, or?
Yeah, against Fortune's Marukuma deck, I think that I could have played a little differently is as one of our commanders said, make sure you know which sort of place to position in. To be fair, I don't think I put anything in the wrong position. It's just a matter of me betting on the fact that I could probably see if I could find a Riviere in the top 6 when I obviously couldn't. As well as keeping and not using skills at the most opportune times. So that again, that can be that's sort of due to the stress. It's pretty stressful that day, and what else? And because I had not really practiced a lot with the deck as much as I really should have. So yeah, that's on me. I was really unlucky at that game though as well, so remember that.
Didn't hit any of that.
Didn't hit Mermaid Idols, and from what I remember, I didn't really trigger that much either. Yeah, so that's just how it is in standard though, so it's just a matter of luck instead of that whole matchup and stuff. Against this deck, what I would personally do and stuff like that is Zanbaku. I personally go with the multi-attack, but instead of just focusing only on the Zanbaku, just keeping them at either 1 or 2 damage. Not really make sure that they only have 1 to 2 CVs is really, really crucial, I think, in this deck because it forces them to either say, hang on, they force them to actually think about what they want to attack with, and thinking in standard is very, very difficult because no one wants to think in standard. So yeah, I think don't try and commit too much to the board. Hyuga exists. Maybe just be wary of Zanbaku and try and hit their rears as much as possible, I think, to counter this deck. That's except for Central Wrestler, that thing's a bitch and it's gonna stay a bitch. Yeah. So alright.
Yeah. I think in the matchup it's like I said, it's a very flowchart deck. So I want to go Zanbaku, I want to go Hyuga after that, and then I want to kill on either Hyuga or Shirayuki. There's not much variance that you can do. Ideally, you can preserve your hand to force them to hit the Vanguard, so you do take the 3. But then you do have to deal with the fact that they won't be at high damage after that, because you've just been one-lining them the whole game. Apart from that, I can't really think of any variants on the deck. There's not really, unless they go from grade 3 Riviere to grade 2 to avoid this the stun, then there's not much counterplay. You just kind of play the deck that one way that it does.
On that note as well, for the going to the grade 2 play, a lot of people on the Facebook main Guardians, for example, would say that that's the way to sort of counter Zanbaku. I really don't think that's you should only do that if you're 100% sure that they don't have a Shoryuki in hand.
The thing about going into the grade 2 is that then you're on a grade 2, and that's already putting you back.
Suddenly everything can hit, and Shoryuki puts it down to 0.
Yeah.
That's like 15 shield. If you were at grade 3, for example, that's 10k shield. It's manageable.
The 3k makes a big difference.
Yeah, but that 3k makes a massive difference. So that's just why I wouldn't really go into grade 2 and stuff like that. On that note, also, don't go into grade 1 as well. So that's
Grade 1's even worse.
only go into the grade 1 if you're like very, very sure that you're going to win that turn, and you need that one last attack to get through. So yeah,
That's it? Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, and comment on the video as well if there's anything that you like, sort of like, would like to add in. Criticism is always welcome. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, I guess.